Well, I might have to, improvise a little bit because there aren't many films that are coming out. But I did see The Banker, which was recently from Apple TV Plus with a free subscription I got. Simply for doing nothing for a year long. But this time I wanted to try something different. This is another streaming film that's available if you live in certain countries, like Curzon On Demand or Amazon Prime. It's called Les Misérables. And no, it's not that Anne Hathaway, Russell Crowe, Hugh Jackman film directed by Tom Hooper, who would eventually do Cats. They also directed King's Speech. No, it's not that film. It's actually a film about three police officers who infiltrate a suburb, somewhere in France called Montpellier. That's mostly African and Arab, minority, poor, and how they're terrorizing the neighborhood or trying to enforce community relations through brute force and that sort of thing. The film is many ways sort of like a derivation or French-style Do the Right Thing meets Training Day meets that Detroit film that Catherine Bigelow just done recently. While in my opinion it's not quite as disturbing as those films, it definitely has the gravitas to deal with some pretty difficult issues and topics at this time. Poverty, unemployment, and ethnic and racial tensions are still a very big issue even to this day. And even though most people are staying at home and keeping to themselves, poor people are more likely to be affected by this coronavirus issue more than anyone else. So a film like this has a few things to say. Now, with that being said, it's not going to be Trolls World Tour or something a bit more joyful and lighthearted like My Spoiled Lovebirds. But that's part of the point. This is a political treatise. This is based on a man's experience of what he saw, which in of itself was also a reference to what he saw during the 2005 riots that occurred, and several more thereafter. And when Nicolas Sarkozy, who was the president of France around that time, you called anyone who was pretty much like a non-white French person racaille, which was their version of saying like ghetto trash, N-words, T-heads, you get the idea. It's a very acquired taste. I was almost going to do this film review in French, but I realised that would sort of be a bit limiting, and also there might be already film reviews that are already within the language in of itself that explain a little bit more about the film. I thought it was very intense material, but it has to be seen. You should too. I love French cinema, so it doesn't hurt to give it a try every once in a while. And if you like this film, you also will like La Haine, one of my other favourite French films, which deals with the struggles of the banlieue from the perspective of the Jewish person, the Arab and the black person that live in the French ghetto, so to speak, as they try to deal with certain issues that they have to deal with and also being caught into some sort of criminal mishap through the perspective of the day. Things don't end very well, but it's sort of a social statement film in many ways, just like Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, and it works. You probably won't see me for a while, hopefully not until November when Pixar's Soul comes out, or something else, like maybe like Forever Purge, the 5th and final installment, hopefully, from what I'm hearing. This is Skinny Ebert signing off. Until next time, keep on watching.